Hi, my name is Peter Sudarso. I play Preston, the Blue Ninja Steel Ranger, and Marvin, the Red Hyperforce Ranger. And I want to see you at the hashtag show's Angel Grove Prom at Power Morphicon.
We're live here at that hashtag show. We're here talking about Power Rangers Hyperforce on a special, not special, I guess this is a normal edition of our Hyperforce Ranger wrap-up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, man. You know what? We broke some Power Ranger news today. Shit went crazy.
What?
Yeah.
What did we break?
That Melody Perkins, who played Corona, a.k.a. Astronomer, was originally going to be the Purple Ranger in Power Rangers, Lost Galaxy.
But what happened?
She ended up becoming...
Well, no. The answer is you gotta read the article. That's what you gotta do.
Go check it out. That #show.com. I wrote it, actually.
Yeah, see? Look at that, huh? That's what makes it cool. That's what makes it important.
Who's in the chat, Rob?
Yo, we've got Jalen Glover, Batmite, Batwing, 2040, and
Jonathan Jennings.
and Miles.
Wow.
That's Rob. This is Daniel. I am Joe.
What's up, everybody? How you
2
doing?
out of 3 of us has already seen Black Panther.
One of these things is not like the other.
I love that. I love it.
I'm just a simple moderator.
But we are going to be talking about Power Rangers, of course, talking about all the Power Ranger news. There's not a ton. We got more of that coming up. Also, next week, this weekend, actually, we're not going to be early this week. We're going to be doing Henshin Hangout. The finale is going to be on a little bit later. I believe it starts at 6 p.m. on Saturday. And then we're combining After Dark and the Ranger wrap-up into one show. So you know that show that all you guys wanted where we were going to do our kind of talk? Why are you guys stealing my thing?
No, we just love it.
We're not doing it. We're just joining you. We're joining the forces.
Yes,
like the Ranger forces.
My special talk that I'm going to have about the Power Ranger community, Saban, kind of the state of where the Power Ranger is in general. We're going to be going deep into that, and I believe Jezzer's joining me for that episode. I don't know. Are you on that?
I think I am.
Are you?
I think I am.
It's going to be a doozy.
Gonna drop bombs.
It's going to be a doozy because now we're going to finally get to see. I mean, we're going to call it like it is.
I'm going to throw one out at you guys. Okay, Blackwing 2040 says they were going to have a Purple Ranger in the Lost Galaxy. What do you guys feel about that?
Is that a question or a comment?
He says they were going to have
a Purple Ranger in the Lost Galaxy?
So it makes a lot of sense, mainly after doing a bunch of research and talking to Chris Kamen Lee, who said that. So here's the deal: when we have Power Rangers on the show, you never know what kind of news is going to break here.
Yeah.
But when we had Chris Kamen Lee, he stated that Melody Perkins was originally possibly going to play the first American-made Power Ranger, which would have been the Purple Ranger. It actually ended up happening a year after with the Titanium Ranger. So that's what happened. What's going on?
I'm not trying to laugh at what you were saying. Blackwing said something pretty funny. He said, "Stop stealing the Illuminati pose. Joe, copyright them, please."
I'm gonna hit you. My lawyer's gonna hit you.
Hashtag Joe pose.
Joe pose.
You know what's crazy? So on my Facebook, I started getting a lot of messages for Joe for president.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what is it?
That's awesome, dude. I'd vote for you.
No. It'd be a dictator. Yeah, you would.
He just said it'd be a dictatorship.
It wouldn't be a
At
dictator.
least he wouldn't throw out profane words in different country things.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah, that's really bad.
That's true.
But realistically, though, there's a lot I want to talk about and dive into with all that stuff. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one that feels this way. And I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. But I also know that, I don't know, I was really thinking about it last night. And I was thinking, man, am I not ready to burn bridges, per se? Because I don't think you could really do that. But if you do burn bridges in this community, are you ready for that? And I thought to myself, well, may the bridges I burn light the way. So it's going to happen this weekend, this Saturday. I'm not going to burn any bridges, but I am going to say I'm going to dive deep into stuff.
I say I have no problem burning bridges because I know how to fucking swim.
I mean, listen, guys, that hashtag show, there's a lot of people that are out there promote positivity. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Positivity is a great thing, but also so is honesty. And the one thing about that hashtag show, we are the YouTube version of the Blue Pill because we stay hard all the time, and we're going to give it to you the way it should be. He's look at that. But anyway, we're going to talk about Hyperforce. We're going to talk about Power Rangers Hyperforce. And this is what we got to talk about.
A couple things going on in the chat. Blackwing says, but that shattered grid trailer though.
Oh yeah.
Daniel, why don't you talk about that? You posted it too.
Oh yeah.
You posted it.
Well, no, I love it. Come on, man. And then having JDF do the voiceover for it. But I noticed, so he says Draken.
Draken.
Okay.
Maybe
so
that's what we'll say. Draken.
Right. We have to say Draken now. It's not Dracon or. Draken.
I like Dracon better.
Right. But it's
Draken.
It's Draken. So that was interesting, this pronunciation. But I love how he really gave the breakdown. You may remember me as, and then it was like, but I am actually this. And he like he said, he's gonna go to every dimension and pretty much get rid of all the Rangers and rule every dimension. Makes sense.
You know what we have on this show? The super chat feature. That helps support the show.
Yeah.
Hit that super chat feature. Help support the show, and it keeps us bringing things for free to you guys because I'm not a money hungry dude. I was gonna make a Saban reference there, but then I'm gonna stop.
If you want an illuminating pose, super chat.
Oh yeah, that's right. If you want an
Super
illuminating
chat
pose,
that's
you
right.
can super chat it.
That's right.
That's right.
Saban. Man, oh man. All right, another bit of news also. We also got the TeePublic store that also has pretty cool Power Ranger shirts in there. And that's cool, just geek shirts in general. There's a great BBA Alpha 5 mashup shirt that I like. So I think that shirt's pretty cool. And we have the THS Hashtaggers group. Utilize that group, my friends, to talk about your geekdoms. Listen, I know we post a lot of news in there, and I know you guys do too, but let's start conversations, real conversations, and getting to know each other on a level of what our geekdoms are. Because there's certain things that I've realized about certain people that, not certain things, but there's certain things that I know that people like that I might not have been into that kind of, they talk about it. It's like, oh, I kind of want to get into this. So I'm going to give Voltron a second chance after hearing about it. So I couldn't get into it the first time. Have you watched Voltron, Rob? On Netflix?
Nope.
I think we should give it a chance.
Really?
Give it a couple episodes.
Oh, interesting.
Really?
Who was it that made you interested in
Jezzer.
that? Oh, was it?
All right.
Was it?
All right.
Oh,
all right.
wow.
Hey,
Wow. Even though I've been talking about it since it came. I hate all of you. Anyway, moving on.
So Diego Runart he says, my question is, what will be the next season for Power Rangers of Ninja Steel? Is it Hyperforce?
No.
No.
Oh, no way.
The next season of Power Rangers is going to be. We're not allowed to say, actually, because we don't know. But we've heard a lot of things from a lot of people.
The whole advertisement about them casting, it keeps showing.
So I was just going to say that. That's our next big story. Casting starts in March of this year. We have a few people on our cast that are going to audition. I know Daryl's auditioning. We also know Jessica is going to be auditioning.
Yes.
And Maverick is going to be auditioning.
Awesome.
I thought Jessica was going to audition.
Yeah, it's the new Alpha 7.
Yeah, I heard a story about him walking, like, going to the bank or something, and then, like, somebody was like, oh, my God, are you going to Morphicon or something? No, I don't know. I don't know.
I think you're talking about Daniel Diaz.
Oh, was that what happened?
That's not.
Oh, that's
how
weird.
dare you confuse the two of them?
Wow, that's weird. I don't know.
Still have putties?
That's a weird conversation.
They don't have putties anymore. But yeah, the auditions for Morphicon are going, not Morphicon, more auditions for Power Rangers are going to be in mid-March. We don't know what season's getting adapted. However, we can sum it down to 3. That is Go Buster, Zoojer, and Q Ranger. We're expecting it. I'm expecting it to be Q Ranger. Daniel's expecting it to be Q Ranger.
No.
I know we don't want it to be, but I'm sure it's going to be. And the only reason we don't want it to be is because it's so good, and there's no way Saban's going to make it that good.
Nope. Saban, Big Papa Cash grab.
Jalen Glover says, I uploaded something about my fan-made Power Rangers season. We need more people to play heroes and villains. We're also going to have an evil Purple Ranger.
So are you saying you uploaded that on THS Hashtaggers? Because I hope that's where you did it, because that would be the great place to do it, and you're listening, which is a good thing.
Our hands are tied with our own Power Ranger thing, which we can't talk about yet.
No, but I mean, as long as you're utilizing.
Rob has already seen the artwork. He keeps telling me to send him the Silver
You
Ranger.
won't even send me this
stuff
thing.
that you're Nope. No, he's like, holding on to it, baby, not yet.
No, I'll send you. but I can't send anybody else.
Oh, he can send me.
Hey, well,
Can't
You
send
guys
anybody.
can't have it, but I get it.
yeah. Well,
So
well,
that's all,
'cause-
I mean, I hate to be selfish, but it's fine. Sorry.
I can send you purple because that's you.
yeah,
Oh, you get
yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
You get that
yeah,
one.
I actually do.
But
I
I want the purple one.
No, I'm already. You're silver.
I'm silver.
aren't you?
No, I'm saying I want your drawing.
Actually, it's
Oh,
funny.
you want my?
Yeah, I want your drawing. You get
okay.
mine.
I recently just read
I'll be nice to you.
Okay,
not-
the red
Sorry,
where
guys.
the read the episode where his character gets introduced. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Just recently read
Ooh.
it. You.
Yours.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He just recently read it.
It's
He's
just- it's
loving
really
it.
good.
Is it like dashing and rendering and
Well,
and smooth and-
Oh, we didn't. You know what? We should have got dice from across the way so I can make it roll for that kind of stuff.
Oh shit.
oh yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right.
We
well,
need 6-sided dice. Jesse, go
do.
get us some
Do we have
6-sided
some,
dice.
do we have some
Two of them.
dice?
But that's
That'd be cool.
That's what we're working on that currently right now, and
Please and thank you, man.
we can also state that there are actually rangers involved in doing our thing.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
can't say, I
right.
can't say who, but there's definitely there's 3 or 4 of them that are on. But
You won't be disappointed.
Oh,
trust me.
Jalen said yes, he did. He did put it on the website.
Oh, bravo.
Cool.
Good job. That's
Cool.
what we're asking for, man. You're doing great.
now
Jalen Glover, no relation to Donald, but I love you still.
Glover
Yeah.
or Danny,
Or, yeah.
Donald's dad.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
Danny?
Right?
All right,
Talented
so
family of Glovers.
Riggs!
we are gonna have to talk about
talented more.
Hyperforce.
Go over
If you
there.
want to chat, you can leave a chat in the comments. Rob's gonna be answering those for the rest of the duration of this, and also we do have that super chat feature, so utilize that if you can. Also, we don't have the bar up right now, but
No,
oh
no.
yeah, we do. It is
What's
up,
that?
isn't it?
What's
Oh,
that?
it's over you.
It's over me.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
what that is that's called the boss bar. What the boss bar does,
No, you have to say it the way. No, you have to say it the way you say it.
what the boss bar does is that once that
Boss.
gets taken down, whoever wins gets free tickets to Power MorphCon. Now, if you already don't know this, not only do you get free tickets to Power MorphCon,
Yes.
and also you get a Lord Drake and action figure that's a legacy figure that you can only get at Power MorphCon 2018.
One place.
And guess what? Power MorphCon 2018, Power MorphCon ain't coming back till 2020.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Wow.
enjoy it while it lasts. If you want to go to Power MorphCon for free, get your Lord Dracon action figure and get treated like a VIP. All you got to do is get that boss bar down. I believe right now
It's Larry.
Larry Newbill is
Larry
in the lead.
Newbill is at the top.
Larry's
Larry's killing
this.
it.
Yeah, he's running this. So congrats, Larry. Congrats, you guys. You too can
Yo,
also live like Star Wars.
Jalen, I feel like Jalen Glover. You dropped that thing on, that video, dude. You should super chat that. You'd be like, yo, I'm that top guy, and I also got that video going. For
There
me
you
too,
go, man. I'm telling you,
marketing.
you can
Ready,
run it all.
ready, and
Oh, can we? No. Oh,
I only do it on
oh,
special
you said
occasions.
it
Just as
anywhere.
now,
Sorry,
it's like-
never
Only
mind.
do it
when I
It's
do
a
mine.
Joe trademark, but we just thought we'd help
Yeah,
out.
you know,
It
hey,
worked.
you know,
It's all
whatever.
good. We tried.
So let's talk
I'm
about
just a simple
Hyperforce. Some of the things that I'm really liking. Now it's really starting to pick up, and I think that they have such a great grasp on the characters. What?
Yo, look how cool this is.
I felt that they were
Look how cool he is. We're over there.
alpha. He's loving alpha.
He's
Alpha
cool.
8, BB-8 Alpha.
Oh my god.
That thing's
my
cool.
okay. This is my only issue. This episode, 30 minutes of us having to watch them struggle essentially with their conversations with each other. It felt forced. It felt unnatural in moments, and honestly I was upset at the first 30 minutes. After that,
Wow.
everything picked up.
Wobble
I know,
weeba.
it's a shock. This is my least favorite episode.
Wow, that's
because
crazy.
it felt like they were really just clawing at some level of content to cut time.
See, I felt like this episode was all backstory, and I think it was needed.
Well,
So the
it was
one thing I
backstory.
liked about this episode is that we get to see Rita Repulsa, who's now turned into the Mystic Mother.
Oh, well, see, but
Which is
that's
from-
after the 30 minutes.
And-
Mystic Mother.
Yeah, then we also get they're in Briarwood, which is
After the 30
a
minutes.
season of Mystic Force,
Yeah.
and I think that they do a good job of touching on that. Now, my question is, do we know or do we think that we're going to get any Mystic Force Rangers in the next episode? Because it's possible. And also, they're on the search for Joe now, and it seems like they're going to be looking for him. So it looks like they're going to be getting their 6th Ranger on board. So
Or at least it looks like he'll show back up sometime.
there's a lot that I think this episode did right. I think the real takeaway though is the last 30 minutes of the episode to me. It was the most compelling. There was no monster fights really.
Nope.
There was a lot of self-evaluation. This is very much a downer episode. So when you're here, It took you
down
down,
there,
and you needed to go back down.
Yeah,
and
where
I
they
think
had
you
to
needed
look. They had to look into that hallway or whatever it was, and then they were like, "What do you see?" And I see that I would be afraid if I failed and blah blah. I get that part, and that was cool. But like I said, the first 30 minutes was just like,
yeah, it started off kind of slow.
Hold up.
oh what?
Larry Newbill in the house.
Oh whoa!
Larry
whoa,
just joined. I'm just saying, just gotta throw that out there.
Oh,
Didn't
hey,
mean to
what's
interrupt
up, Larry?
y'all, but Larry just joined.
What's going on, man?
But yeah, I liked this episode mainly because it didn't have a forced fight that I felt like, because one of the biggest things that we got, I don't want to say flack on, but was one of the things that was like, oh well, the dice rolls do count, and it's like they don't though, because it's mainly because they only count in the sense of like, at the end of the day they're going to beat the monsters, but it just really counts how fast they do it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think it does count. Like it's not really changing up the story.
Batmite says, I like that they're trying unconventional things like the episode with villains or fights.
So here's my thing about this is that I do love the tone of Hyperforce, and I do love the character development of Hyperforce. But with that being said, that's all you really can do with this show is character develop, because it's not a visually stunning show.
No.
You can't show cool fight scenes.
No.
So you have to rely on that. And I think the disadvantage of, and I was just listening to something else where they were talking about, I don't want to say competitor, but another person out there, they had a guest on, and they were talking about how Super Ninja Steel, it's not a great season because everything goes, everything is what it is, but it's because people have this reverence for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, if you really take it away, it had 60 episodes for one season. That's more days that are in a week. I mean, in a weekend. So it was doing this whole strip show thing in 60 episodes. You can develop characters. With Hyperforce, even though it's 20 episodes, they're 2.5 hour long episodes. So you have that time to develop characters.
I
With
agree.
something like Super Ninja Steel, you have 20 minutes to develop in 22 episodes. Not saying it can't be done.
The thing is, you can develop them. Hey, we're seeing in Q Ranger. Yeah, well,
42 episode season, which breaks down the same thing.
No, but think about it.
48 episode actually.
No, but think about it. They were able to give us at least. They did one episode at a time where they were giving us pretty much background on each one of them.
Just kidding.
I was like, what? They gave us background on each one of them. At least they were able to do that.
But the difference is,
them to do it with.
And this is a lot of my problems with where Saban's at currently, is that they're doing this whole 2-season thing, and it doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
Because realistically, it's the same season. It doesn't need a name change.
Nope.
And give it its full thing. And I'm really surprised about this, actually, is that what Q Ranger is doing, it's pretty ambitious, or Sentai in general is really ambitious, because they're essentially giving you a new episode every single week without much downtime. So, ever since Q Ranger debuted, over a year ago, in that 52-week year, it has 48 episodes. That's a hell of a lot. And I don't think that we're going to do that here in the United States. We're not going to invest that into this.
No, they'll probably try to do the whole 2 seasons. Pull it out that way. That'll make it better for them. I understand when it comes to season 2, when it comes to TV shows or kids TV shows, there's some payoff you get from the network concerning toys that's larger than what you had for the first season. So that could be why they even made this show 2 seasons, Ninja Steel. So, I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case. And they'll try to do it here, and they'll try to give it another name. And it's going to make no sense because nothing changed as far as suits or anything. But yet, on Ninja Steel, clearly, suits changed and everything like that.
Well, listen, we're moving into a new era of the way we consume media, right?
Yeah.
So, obviously, with Power Rangers doing something like Hyperforce, which is a cool thing because it's a new medium of which you can consume the product.
Right.
And I'm sure if this gets uber successful, they can sell toys. And I'm sure the people, if there's a convention exclusive, people are going to buy it, right? So I think that it's kind of cool the way they're doing that. However, with that being said, I think that since we do consume media differently now, that maybe something like Power Rangers and a lot of other things actually should start looking into other forms of distributing their product.
As in?
Well, I think Star Wars actually is on the cusp of this,
Okay.
and I think might end up be doing this better than anybody currently.
Yeah.
Well, them and Marvel, Disney in general.
Okay.
They're very good at doing selling, but they're comic books, which are one of the best-selling comic books out there currently.
Okay, yeah.
They're also great at now that we're going to start getting into live streaming. They have an animated thing. There's a ton of things you can consume. You know. So it's that's what I think they're doing really well.
Here's a good one from Blackwing. He says, "Do you hope Saban doesn't renew their deal with Nickelodeon because PR needs a new network or network to go on ASAP?"
Only problem with that is I don't
Disney.
know where the network would go.
Go to Disney.
where it would go.
Go to Disney
Fox.
You think Fox?
Oh,
Why
they
Fox?
were they were on Fox at one time.
I mean, it would basically be Disney, or actually, isn't Comcast looking at buying Fox now too?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
all
I
that
know
Harry
that
Potter
work
money,
out.
man.
They are just
It's
pulling
all
off
that
right
Harry
now.
Potter money. Comcast is smart. Well, you realize what Universal was owned before Comcast, right?
What?
It was Blackstone.
Was it?
Oh
Blackstone
wow,
owned
yeah.
that
Well,
before.
only the theme park.
That's what I mean. Yeah, but
Then-
it was okay.
The Universal Orlando was 50% owned
By Blackstone.
or 49% owned by Blackstone, 51% by Universal. It was Vivendi before.
It was
Oh yeah.
But yeah, but Comcast bought them all.
I think
completely.
it's intriguing though. I don't necessarily know that Nickelodeon is the best home for something like this. I actually don't really know that, because realistically, I think the whole form of seasons, the way, especially for a kid show, is stupid to me. Because it doesn't make sense. Why would you not air kid shows live, or not live, but why would you not
Yeah.
air them with new episodes in the summer when kids are home?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense why you wouldn't do that.
Right.
So the Nickelodeon structure, I mean, the
Yeah,
structure
but
of seasons
now
works
they
for like
don't
the Flash.
have to be.
You're right.
There, they can turn it on at any time. It's not like when we were growing up and you have.
Well, that's
time
not
slot.
necessarily true, though. But for something like
on demand.
Nickelodeon and Power Rangers, you can't do that
No.
because there's no other outlet to get it. Now, I do love the idea of doing it for Netflix because
Yeah.
you can control your storytelling, you can get it out, and you can control how many episodes you're going to put out. It really depends, though, and they have kids shows on Netflix.
A whole lot.
It's not like it's a barren wasteland of just anime and adult comedies, and it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, I know.
It's an actual viable thing. I mean, look at something like Sesame Street that's on PBS and HBO Family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things you can do. And people, I think, even us, I think that our generation is a lot different than it was 10 years ago, 5 years ago even.
True.
Is that there's so many people that I know that are just buying like digital streaming services instead of buying cable or satellite.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
It does. It's more economical. Get the things that you actually watch instead of this
Instead of the
inflated
extras.
package. I don't watch the Outdoors channel. The fuck do I care about that for? You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
I'm not watching TNN. I don't even know if that exists anymore.
Oh,
that.
TNN.
I'm thinking
I
just-
remember TNN.
It was Southern. That was owned by a Southern thing.
Turner.
No. That's TNT, and then TBS.
Oh, I thought
TNN
it
was the
Turner.
Nashville network, actually.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
But realistically, though, with Hyperforce, I actually think this is smart, though. And Saban is taking a risk here, not necessarily a huge risk, but
No.
a somewhat calculated risk, but a risk nonetheless of doing something different, which I do like. I do like the fact that Saban is doing something different. What do we got in the chat?
We've got Matthew Thompson says Saban even has shows on Netflix. Glitter Force is a Netflix exclusive.
I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, there's that.
Which
I
one's
just
Glitter
did an
Force?
interview
Oh,
with somebody about a Saban
Hardcore
film that's
Quiet.
coming out on
It's
straight up on like on demand. So Saban knows what they're doing. It's just are they? Do you think they're afraid to move? I don't know. Regardless, though,
I feel that what Spawn's doing is very calculated as far as how they're choosing the
is
spread.
it calculated?
Okay, let's go ahead and fund.
Dan, you
some
don't pick that up. Oh man.
Let's go ahead and fund some indie films. Put some stuff together where it's just kind of saturating the market, but slowly without anyone really paying attention to it. That's what they're doing. So their name is going to get out there when people aren't expecting it to. Then later it's going to be, oh man, that's a Saban film? That's a Saban film?
Well, anyways, I mean, listen, we got to go back to Hyperforce. This is what this show's supposed to be about. I don't know what anybody wants us to talk about. We're going to talk about whatever the fuck I want.
What do you guys want us to talk about?
We're going to talk about what I want to talk about. So what I want to talk about is...
Never mind.
Hyperforce.
What do you want Joe to talk about?
Is Hyperforce. I want to talk about how...
The last 15 minutes, man.
How good this show can be. There's certain things that stick out that I don't like, but overall, I think this show's delivering on what good characters can be, because it does make you somewhat care about all the characters.
Yeah.
Vesper wasn't in this episode,
Yeah.
and she's a charming factor of this.
She's on vacation or something, or what?
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
But I feel like everybody's not been in one episode so far.
Yeah, I think so. Actually.
Except Eddie. Eddie's been in all of them.
Finn
Or,
Golden?
Andre, Daniel's doppelganger's been in all of them. However, I think that
Yeah, you look like Eddie Van Halen.
it is it's a good show. This episode more so was better because it had references to the past, also had the Mystic Force theme, and it got some tiebacks to some other things. They ended up in 2005. I do like the fact that they were describing some of, like, hey, what was I wearing, and like, what would you wear for it to be in disguise? It was like, you're wearing like cargo pants and like something, and I was like, oh yeah, it's 2005.
What number am I thinking of?
You know, hey, did you wear cargo pants, Rob? I feel like you were a cargo pants
Cargo
wearing guy.
pants only in high school because I was made to.
Really? You know what I mean? You were made to.
Yeah, I went to a private school.
You had to wear cargo pants?
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What about you, Daniel? Did you wear a cargo pants guy? No, you wore really loud shirts. When I mean loud,
I meant loud shirts. Those, like those silk shirts with
Ooh,
like
silk shirts.
comic book like decals.
he
and
was
stuff.
that guy.
I used to love those shirts.
I think I have pictures of
I
that,
had
and I'll
Dragon Ball Z ones.
Yo, but
Yeah,
at that
Spider-Man?
point,
Spider-Man
that point where
ones.
you like,
Oh my god, I loved
bro,
wearing
but that
them.
was about that time.
Yeah,
time
yes,
when
yes,
it
you in
wasn't
the
cool
front.
to be
Yes.
a nerd.
Comic book characters or anime characters?
Oh, both. I had comic book characters and anime characters.
Yo, but at that time
Woo!
too, was
it was
not
probably the
cool
most
to be nerdy?
shameful moments of my
At
life.
that time,
But I loved it.
I
no
don't
way, and I
remember
didn't care.
any time in high school or anything that was cool. to be nerdy.
I don't think we cared actually. I think it was a lot different here.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because I think
people would just be like, "Oh, that's cool. That's a cool shirt." Like just the art on it was cool. That was it. But the shirt was not cool, guys.
Nah, man, it was weird where I
cool.
grew up because it was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what
You don't want to play
wearing?
football?
no, we were definitely a little bit more.
I can't play football while I'm here at the mall right now. I'm
We were
just wearing a
definitely.
shirt. Goddamn,
I don't think people
That-
cared
that's
as much
weird.
here.
You want to play football? Not at the mall, man.
No,
You're just weird.
Yeah, it's just weird.
That's what people answer.
Was
Uh,
geek stuff not?
oh.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, no, there was, but it was just like one of them things. Like, bro, like that's.
You don't wear
Yeah.
your geek out, man.
Listen, like I grew up in northern Michigan where it was like farms and stuff, and like people drove the tractors to school. Like that's just the case in point.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I drive a tractor to school. That would be dope.
I mean, I'm not talking little tractors. I'm talking
Yeah,
like
big
I'm talking
guy,
like
like-
big
Hey,
tractors.
that would be
Like,
dope.
So wait, where did you live on this?
right
Oh, yeah,
dead
yeah.
center actually.
Right here.
You take dead center and go north a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, 3 hours away from any airport.
So
Sorry,
growing up in Los Angeles, being a geek wasn't a bad thing because everybody. I mean, it didn't matter. I don't think anyone really gave a shit, really.
I didn't either, but I just remember people giving me shit for it. Larry Newbill says I wore them back in high school.
That's exactly.
That's when Daniel wore them.
Yeah. Well, I think a little bit.
Nah, it was around
Was
high
it
school.
within high school?
It was a little. It was like high school and like a little bit of college.
No college. I don't think. But
It was
College.
college, 100%.
I think college we were done.
College.
Oh no,
College we were done by then.
What's
High
college?
school, definitely.
I don't remember.
I think
Is that
college
the thing
was
that I can
done.
get a degree off of Google?
Yes.
High school was fun, man. College was a lot of fun
Glad I
too,
never
though.
had that bill.
Man.
Back to Hyperforce though.
Yeah.
If since they went to 2005 in this
I had
episode,
to think about it.
They went to
What did I wear in
2005?
what do you think?
Yo, was Blue Abadi Abadai playing at that time?
I think the song's just
yeah,
called Blue.
yeah,
I think, not Abadi or Abadai.
I was singing this.
Dabba
I think it's just Blue.
Dabba D.
Yo, that was the same like CD that had a PlayStation song onto it.
Really?
Yeah, you go back to that old thing. He raps about PlayStation songs, PlayStation 2 songs.
What do you think was in your CD player in 2005, Rob?
I know exactly what was in mine. It was Ace of Base. 'cause
Was
that's
it really?
one of my first
2005?
CDs. Yeah, that's one of my first CDs.
2005?
Oh, 2005. Shoot. what
Not
was it?
1995.
Yeah,
2005.
2005.
Oh, my bad. No, that I think actually, literally, I think I got my first CD player when it was like 2000. So I remember that was my first CD. 2005. I think it was probably like a Will Smith CD.
All right, fair enough.
I think it was either that
Florida,
or
Will Smith.
What was your? Well, he's from Michigan.
I mixed it. Remember?
What we used to listen to, bro. Listen, at the time.
I already know what Daniels was.
No. Okay, time out. But because y'all known each other for a bit.
Take
a wild guess. Take a wild guess.
Like there was certain songs.
I still have those mix CDs.
Particular to though.
So y'all haven't known me for a little bit,
see.
but guess in 2005 what I was really listening to.
Lou Bega.
Nope.
Simple Plan.
You were definitely
Not
listening
even
to Lou
close.
Bega, I think.
Not even close, man. Think of the time frame of when it was, and I'm growing up in Michigan.
No,
I know what you were gonna say now. I know.
No, Daniel liked these.
I knew
No, I'm not gonna say Limp Bizkit.
Oh, okay.
But Daniel liked these.
Limp Bizkit was one of them.
Daniel liked these like rave songs. Like, what was a stupid song that you really liked? And it was like, oh, and I used to call it, that's
Sandstorm.
Yeah,
that dumb song. And there was another one too, though. But you used to listen to the really kind of like ballad ones though that were like dance songs. What was it like? God, I can't think of them. But like
Castles in the Sky?
something like that. But like it was like
Castles in the
that.
Sky,
No.
maybe.
You know what I'm talking about? It was like these ballad love songs that you would listen to,
And they were like the
rave
dancing
songs.
songs.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Like
Trance.
Kind of, yeah, but
I can't think of the
There's
song,
like
but it's the one that everybody listened to at this time frame. He was super into that stuff.
yeah.
I can't.
Mortal
Kombat.
Kombat.
It was.
I don't remember what it was.
The Killer Instinct soundtrack.
Yep.
It was something, yeah, but that's true.
No, you
Yeah.
didn't guess
Oh,
that.
you're
You
super
didn't
into
guess what
that
I was
stuff.
really into.
Was it? I know.
I know
is
what
it?
it is.
Was it?
That-
Come, my lady. Come, my lady.
Yeah. All right.
That's a
Yeah.
drama.
Butterfly, sugar,
Sugar,
baby.
baby.
Such
Oh,
a sexy, pretty little
Oh my
thing.
god! Oh,
Something in a tongue ring.
Yeah.
Wait,
Our Rob song.
were you also really into Creed?
I liked Rusted and Weathered. Rusted
Ah,
and Weathered was all right.
The news today. I don't know. I gotta hate
Well, that
that.
was
I don't know.
shoot.
Oh boy.
No, that wasn't
Wow.
Arms Wide Open. That was the one before that.
It's gonna change.
Higher?
No, yeah, that was one of them. Yeah. No. You still don't get it.
But
I
look,
gave you 2 hints.
let's wrap
Michigan.
the Michigan fight song.
No.
Eminem.
Eminem.
Yes, there we go. Good job.
Oh, I was gonna say Kid Rock.
Yeah, that's
also,
you. That's you.
he's also from Michigan.
My
isn't he?
name is Keith.
No, but that a little
Yeah.
bit of 50 Cent, a little bit of Nelly,
Okay,
a
okay.
lot
Oh,
of
yeah,
lot of
Nelly.
DMX,
Oh, I forgot about Nelly.
Ride or Die.
I don't. Yeah, back in the it was a mixture of things.
Yeah.
we got a
Joe
super chat.
Budden.
Super chat.
Yo,
Joe
Larry!
Budden. Oh my god.
What does he say?
Larry says those were the good old days. 90s and 2000s were great.
Well, those are the hits we're going to be
$5.
playing at Power Morphicon's prom. At the Angel Grove prom, we're going to be playing hits just like that, provided by Rob here. No bop for Jezzer,
You sure?
but we might have some other
I'll play
things there.
that.
Maybe some NSYNC.
Yo, who's Jezzer taking to?
Maybe.
Hey, Jezzer, who are you
Jezzer,
taking to
who you
Angel Grove
taking?
prom?
We'll
Bro,
find out on Saturday.
Y'all
we're
find
gonna
out.
Oh, we're gonna find out on Saturday?
and we gonna sing Bop for him.
Oh wow.
Did you ever finish Daniel's video?
I didn't know yet.
I did
I
not.
did not.
But I think on this episode of Hype, we barely talked about Hyperforce, but
Yeah.
this episode of Hyperforce was Daniel didn't like it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was
like
a
the
solid.
first 30 minutes, which is pretty much you didn't.
Well, I didn't like the first 30 minutes either, but I think that this is a good episode, a good downer episode to get you back into like the main storyline. Also, like,
Episode.
well, it like to calm you down. Like, you can't keep going hard in the paint the whole time.
That's true. Sometimes
So-
not everyone's a winner.
You also need these episodes to just kind of like get focused back into the story instead of the spectacle.
Oh, I
And I
love
think-
this hashtag. It says Ann Miles says Rob's DJ selections hashtag. Change it to hashtag DJ White's
There you go.
selections.
DJ White
WYGHT
I
selections.
think we covered it all.
Yeah, so I do. I'm more or less about the spectacle, more about the actual show. I like the character stuff. I like when it's intriguing. The end of this episode's very intriguing. I like that they're going on a mission to get Joe back and finding out what's going on. And then
Yo.
I do like this Mystic Mother thing
Larry's
because how it
getting
plays
him.
out. What?
Larry said Jezzer is at it again. He's a Backstreet Boys guy.
Jezza's an NSYNC guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he's
definitely-
Jezza's an NSYNC
But
guy.
it's pretty funny.
Anybody that I know that's from Florida is a Backstreet Boy person.
Very true.
Everybody else from around the other 49 states are NSYNC.
But we have kind of a
That's why.
we have a kind
Well,
of
who
little
performed
right
at the
to be,
Super
though.
Bowl? Ever.
Well,
Oh, you mean the classic with Britney Spears?
Yo,
You know,
did you not
my-
see This Is the
With
End?
the
They're in heaven.
Well, guys-
They're in heaven.
Well, guys,
do-
we're glad that you tuned in.
I do have a question, though. I mean, because realistically, we could go see the Backstreet Boys in Morongo Casino because I think they're playing every Sunday at the Morongo Casino.
dare you.
However,
Hollywood
in
Vegas.
sync, on the other hand, Justin Timberlake's really famous. So that's about it.
Joey Fatone is selling hot dogs in Orlando right now.
That's
okay?
fine.
For real.
Nobody else on Backstreet Boys is doing anything else except the Morongo Casino. Oh, they also might be in your local bar. Request them in your local bar
my God.
because they will do karaoke with you. I believe all 5 of them will show up doing karaoke with you.
right after this.
So that is what the Backstreet Boys have been up to. It's a music. Where are they now? The Backstreet Boys. Nick Carter sings karaoke at your local bar. But that's going to do it for us here on that hashtag show. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can catch us on Saturday at the regular Ranger wrap-up. However, we're going to be at a different time. We're going to be doing the Ranger wrap-up after dark, and that is after Henshin Hangout. So that's going to be the show where I get to just talk whatever I want to say. But until then, we go watch the DC show. It's coming on Pop Culture Renegades, and you can catch it on Facebook on THS Comic Books. They have a lot to talk about today. They have a Joker casting update.
It's going to be a good episode.
There's a lot to talk about, so go check them out. But that's going to do it for us. Rob, where can everyone find you?
You can find me at DJ Wight on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Do you even tweet anymore?
I am on tweet because I have a link because I'm lazy like that. Yeah. Oh, I also have a website too.
There you go.
What is it?
RobWhight.com.
How do you spell White?
WIGHT. I'll put it in the link for y'all.
And Daniel?
You can find me on social media at Battlestar Galactica, except on Twitter, where it's that hashtag BSG.
You can find me at that hashtag Joe on all social media. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you Saturday.